friends, welcome back. As you probably had seen, As you probably had seen, over the weekend I went to a pretty large outdoor vintage market hosted by Found Boston. As you can see here, they have flagship stores out in Cambridge. I think two, if I'm not mistaken, that you can visit where they sell a bunch of vintage clothing, jewelry, accessories, etc. But they were hosting this open vintage market called Earth Fest over the weekend on Sunday. So, of course, had to jump on some public transportation and get my butt over there. And it was quite large. They had said in their ad that there'd be 80 plus vendors, and it really feels like there was, and it was packed. And I think I arrived there around 1 and spent like an hour walking around. Took a little coffee break because there was a tate at the end of the long row of tents. But yeah, it was really large. I think it was one of the best vintage markets I've attended so far. I'm very impressed with the diversity of clothing items and accessories, as well as, other things. Like some people were also selling jewelry that they had made. It wasn't just a one note kind of market. And you can tell that even people that were reselling were incredibly enthusiastic to be there. And that's always nice. I feel like the vintage resale community has always been so kind and not precocious at all. So I always have enjoyed interacting with those individuals. I think I had a couple items in mind. Markets like this and or thrifting in general can be quite overwhelming if you don't go in with a game plan, and then you end up buying things that you actually don't need. And a goal of mine over the past several years has been to shop more intentionally when it comes to not only like household items, food, groceries, but my clothing consumption. I wouldn't be lying if, I was a shopaholic, and I think I did that for the dopamine hit. I don't know if any of you would identify with that. Like a good sale, especially, growing up where money was a bit tight, sales were a way to, you know, dress trendy, be in fashion, experiment with fashion. But then as I grew older and I became more aware of the horrors of fast fashion, etc., I really have become more conscientious with how I actually go about purchasing an item. And sometimes, yeah, I still do that impulse buy ever so often, which I'm ashamed to say, but I think that's normal. But I try to think about, would I be able to wear this more than one way? Is this something that I will be wearing in the next 5 years? So thoughts like that. I think I went on this whole tangent. But essentially, game plan, right? I wanted to look for a cute handbag. I've been on the hunt for a good brown leather belt and just any, clothing pieces that speak to me that I could integrate into my wardrobe for an extended period of time. So really just like three items, the last one being a bit broad and vague, so probably not a good way to help whittle down what I'm trying to look for without like, that Pinterest inspo, etc. But I ended up leaving with three items. I'm very proud of myself. I could have gotten much more. There were so many very cute tops and leather jackets. I also wanted a leather jacket, a brown one, but nothing really spoke to me. So that was something that I'm still on the hunt for. So probably be on my wish list for the future. So let's get into the items that I actually purchased. Item number one is from Soul Mate Shop. All the I will link in the description box down below so you can go ahead and check them out and give them a follow. I saw this and I had to have it. It's a beautiful green. I feel like I've always been attracted to green in clothing, and I'm trying to incorporate more prints into my wardrobe just to diversify what I wear. I'm more or less pretty minimalistic and I stick to my earth tone and browns, blacks, grays because I know that I can wear those for a very long time. And the classic, like for example, this white top that my mom gave me, classic, classic cut. It will go with basically everything, and I know I'll be wearing this for a very long time. And so I saw this and I'm like, had to have it. It's midi maxi length, which I have been obsessed with. If you've noticed my recent stylings, I've been incorporating more skirts into the rotation, which I like. And I think this will be perfect going into the warmer weather days. And I can't wait to style this and show you how I would put this together. So stay tuned for that. I will be styling this very, very soon. Second item is this bag. And what it really attracted me to this piece was this forest green color. The brand is Esprit. Never heard of this brand before. Seems good. It's in pretty great condition. Minimal dirt, so minimal cleanup that will have to occur, thank goodness. But the only problem is that on both sides, these handles are like barely hanging on. I could definitely mend this myself. I think if I just pull this through a bit and then tie it off, I can just shorten this length. But I have an idea for a really cute and quick upcycle. So stay tuned for that in an upcoming video. I think you can do this with any of your purses. I don't want to give too much away. I want to keep some mystery around what's to come. But essentially, I really liked the green and brown contrast. It was in great condition, reasonably priced. I think I paid like $15 for this. I'm really excited to show you what I have in store for this little number right here. And I think this will be a great little pop of color to a lot of the outfits that I currently have on rotation and for future outfits that are just brewing in my mind and waiting to appear. And last but not least, I got this New York Yankees jersey. And what attracted me to it? No, it's not that I watch baseball. I'm sorry if you're a Sox fan. But what attracted me to this was this really rich blue color. Like, come on. How could you not want to use it? And I'm very much into this jersey aesthetic right now. That's I think it's been around and I'm just new to it because now I'm trying to be more adventurous with how I style my outfits, and I think adding in a jersey, whether it's soccer or like, those rugby shirts that are coming back with some parachute pants or loose fitted jeans or even a skirt, it's just such a cool look. And it really looks effortless, I think. Um, and then just layering it with a bunch of jewelry, I just think, oh, I wonder where she's from. Like, that's the type of vibe that I get from those that manage to pull it off. But yeah, it's definitely genuine merchandise. But yeah, I cannot wait to style this for the summer. I think this would look really good with this white shirt that I'm already wearing, and then maybe some jorts. Jorts. Can't believe jorts are coming back. But I also have an idea for that, so stay tuned. Just so much staying tuned if you don't get sick of me before then. But I ended up just getting these 3 items. I'm very pleased with my purchases. Oh yeah, the second item, the purse, I forgot to mention, was from Cloud9 Resale. And then the jersey is from Aesop's thrifted clothing. Again, linking the sellers in the description box below. But 3 items, I limited myself because I really don't need any more clothes. I need to do a big cleanup. I need to see what stays, what can I upcycle to elongate the life of, um, and what goes, like donation, and finding ways to get rid of the clothes so someone actually gets use of them and they don't end up in the landfill. Because as you know, we have way more clothes that exist on this earth than we actually need. And if we can find ways to use what we already have in our closet by, giving it a new life through upcycling, or even doing clothing swaps, which I think is really cool. Like if you have friends that have similar aesthetics, or you're trying to figure out something new and you have friends that just also have huge wardrobes, I think that's a great way to keep those clothes in circulation and extend the life of those pieces. So, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, subscribe. If you want to see more videos like this, like, hey Kim, where do you go thrifting? Hey Kim, why don't you upcycle something? Hey Kim, you want to share more about your grad school experience? I'm happy to oblige any request. So let me know in the comments down below what you'd like to see if you enjoyed this, and I'll see y'all next time. Okay, bye.